It's ours.
Official homeowners.
Oh my goodness.
In the US, we own property basically.
We have 2 vans now in 2 continents.
After travelling Europe in our tiny VW campervan, we wanted to venture further afield. So we've flown to the US with the dream of buying a holiday home in the form of a campervan. In this video, we navigate the process of buying a vehicle in the US as tourists, and eventually manage to purchase our very own vintage campervan.
In the last video, we found the perfect van, but we ran into some problems that we did not foresee when trying to purchase it. The only way around actually buying it that we seemed to be able to figure out was to actually get Eric and Alison to buy it themselves and us transfer them the money. It was such a pain and so much stress, but I think today we are finally going to be able to go and collect our van.
There are still so many problems that we foresee in this journey, and if you're thinking of doing this yourself, the actual getting the money out of your bank account into an American person's bank account has been by far the hardest. Actually searching for a van was quite easy and finding one that we really liked.
That said, there's not actually that much on the market if you're not willing to drive hours and hours to go and look at things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in the US, but not necessarily here in Austin.
Exactly, and when you look on the map, like that much on the map, you figure out it's a 2-hour drive, so that's definitely something worth taking into account if you're looking.
Also, when things get listed, they seem to be sold within a week, so you have to act fast, unfortunately. Here we are again.
Oh, I felt so good all morning, and now that we've pulled up, I feel sick. I'm just waiting for the next thing to go wrong.
This is the 3rd day in a row we've been here.
Come on, universe, help us out.
After meeting with the owner, it was just a short drive to go and pick up the van.
Checking out a garage sale.
Garage sale.
Yeah, you guys have those for your house?
Where?
Right
I
there.
haven't seen one in a long time.
Just in this
A garage sale.
Yeah.
There's all
Wow.
kinds of stuff there.
We have car boot sales.
Yeah, car boots.
Car boot.
We don't have big driveways like this to sell things.
Car boot. We sell drugs from our car boot.
Oh, wow.
Another one over here. There it is.
There it is.
So we're about to grab it, but there's no fuel in it from when we drove it last time, but luckily they've taken some jerry cans. What do you call it here in the US?
Gas can?
Just a gas can. Jerry can isn't an American term. I thought that would be. We get the pleasure of filling up a brand new van for free. You know how expensive fuel is these days.
We'll take anything we can get.
Yeah, we'll claw back any cents we can.
I like how you're calling it brand new.
He's a thirsty boy. I can't wait to be inside him.
Oh my god.
Excited to drive it in?
Excited and also nervous. Just because, you know, we drove down a couple dirt roads with it, but we haven't driven it on like a highway or anything.
Well, we'll
All
be
we
following
know,
right
it goes
behind
20.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
Picking
be
up the
good.
pieces that fall off as you go.
As we drive along. Okay, so we have just opened the side and there is a whole hornet's nest in the van. Oh my goodness. Holy
Whoa, I have that. That thing is huge. It is.
That's it.
it's ours.
Official homeowners.
Oh my goodness.
In the US, we own property basically.
We have 2 vans now in 2 continents. We could just keep on exploring the whole of Europe and the whole of US/South America in these vans. We could keep going forever.
Although it was quite hard, it was also quite easy at the same time, but that doesn't mean that it's all over. We have plenty more hurdles to come before this is completely legal.
Like registration and all that kind of stuff.
So we have sorted out the insurance for this, and our next aim is to take this to a mechanic, which is about an hour and a half down south.
To give it a big look over and fix any little bits that needs to be doing before we can take it on a proper adventure.
At the same time as that, we will be registering it, which is definitely going to be a hurdle that I'm not looking forward to.
It looks like a confusing pain in the ass.
But once that's done, there's nothing stopping the beans. So I want to introduce you. We're going to christen this Frank the Tank. Frank and Beans are going to be hitting the road. Also, I need to give Alison some credit for that.
She came up with that.
Yeah. And also both of these guys credit because they've been driving us around looking at RVs for the last 3 days now, and we couldn't have done it without them.
You know?
Yeah, very
They've
good.
been a little inconvenient, that's fine.
This is weird. This is weird and exciting.
This is ours.
This is officially our van, our American home on wheels.
This is now officially our problem.
That's one way of looking at it, I suppose.
Well, maybe start her up.
Oh.
Start him up.
Yeah.
Get used to that.
Come on, Frank. Woo! That doesn't sound so good. Let's try that again, shall we?
Give it a little gas after you start. There you go.
Cool. That was not as exciting as I was expecting.
All right, good luck, y'all.
Thank
you on the other side.
See you soon. So I might have to sit on a cushion.
Need a booster seat.
I do need a booster seat. Oh dear. Okay. That's actually way better.
You ready for this? Are you nervous?
I'm extremely nervous. This is going to be the first time we really see what it can do, like on a highway.
This is the first chance we might get pulled over by the police because although it's officially ours, it's not registered in our name, although you are allowed, once you've bought it, to take it somewhere. So that's what we're doing now. That's why we're going to drive so far down to the mechanic and hopefully leave it with them until we get it registered.
Oh my goodness. This is so big. I don't actually know how tall I am. This is so much wider than the VW as well. It
So
feels
much wider.
massive. I'm so glad we didn't go for something bigger than this. Look how retro our dashboard is, and it's so clean
So
and tidy. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Look at us, we're driving past a ranch.
We just bought a vehicle in Texas.
In our big Ford camper van in Texas down a dirt track. I am having the day of my life right now. This is so good.
You look so happy.
I'm so happy. I'm really, like this couldn't have gone any better. Within a week, we found the one, the van that we've been dreaming of, that we didn't know we were dreaming of.
Look, we've been driving for a minute and there's already an American flag.
Woohoo!
We've got to get one for the van.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Maybe even a Texas flag because this is where we bought it. This is so fun, like driving not only an automatic, but one of these old ones with the shift thing on the top rather than down here. Like it's so retro and cool. I feel like I'm in a movie. Fill her up with gas.
We survived the first journey at least. How was that?
Well, I mean, nerve-wracking. Like, I am shaking a little bit, but I think that's more because like anything could happen at any moment, and I just want to be ready to like pull over or something falls off or explodes. But actually, it was a really smooth drive, so hopefully it continues to be that way.
You saying that any good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we only got up to 45 limits, but you know, it was a bit of a.
Are you sure you got to
push?
45? You're going pretty slow there.
Yeah, 45. It's not the quickest acceleration.
Yeah, I
It
figured.
takes like, I put my foot down and like 10 seconds later
Yeah.
it starts to kind of go for it.
Well, we'll see when we get on the highways how
Yeah.
fast you can get going.
I think we're going to be the ones holding you up this trip.
All right.
Always got to triple check so many times. That one's diesel, right? This is gasoline. Yeah.
Diesel. Yeah. And then you've chosen regular.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Good. Okay. Fueled up.
The real test.
Ready to go
We've got to go an hour and 40 minutes now.
to a mechanic, which is near where we're going to be staying. So it's all very convenient once we get there, but it's still an hour and a half to get there. So wish us luck. helps.
Maybe it's a 50.
Whoop, whoop. 55. Yes.
You did it,
I did it.
and it survived.
I'm so sweaty though. It is warm in here.
Yeah, we need to sort out this aircon.
Oh, that's a priority.
Emma's been airing her pits the whole
I've
drive.
been driving like this.
How was it though?
Yeah, good. Like, nice to drive, comfy. Okay, so it's all booked in. Hopefully he'll get around to seeing it tomorrow, or at the worst case Monday, which is only a few days to wait. And fingers crossed there's not too much that needs to do, and we can just start taking it on adventures. So because we're fully homeless now, again, that didn't last very long, we're gonna all bunk in there together, the four of us, so it's gonna get cozy.
We may live to regret this. No, we for sure will. No doubt.
Emma's a night farter.
Oh, God, don't tell me that.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Keep the fan going.
The name Beans came from somewhere.
Oh my God. So if any of you are interested to see what it was like with the four of us in their lovely little RV and what we got up to for the weekend, then go and check out Endless's video over on their channel.
Luckily we got our van back without too many issues, and we do have to go and put it in again next week because they haven't been able to sort the aircon stuff out yet.
Yeah,
and
which
that
is the most
must.
important thing. Yeah, like everyone has told us, if you're traveling in the US in the summer or spring, you have to have aircon. So that's a priority.
But apart from that, hopefully it shouldn't be too long until we're going off in an adventure in Frank.
A few of you have messaged us asking what we're going to be changing in Frank, and to be completely honest with you, we're going to keep the upgrades very minimal to begin with, just so we can get out on the road as soon as possible, but we will be coming back for future trips throughout the year and years to come, so we'll be upgrading as we go.
Over the weekend we tried to sort out the final other problem we were going to have, which was registering the car, and this was always going to be the hardest thing for us because every state is completely different, and although Texas it is possible as non-residents to register a car, it's actually getting a little bit confusing. You need to have an address that you can send the registration to here, so we were using Eric and Alison's address that they have, but unfortunately that is about 5 hours away from here, so we didn't really fancy a 10-hour round trip.
And even down to things like making an appointment at the DMV, when we actually looked online to book an appointment, there was no available slots for weeks. So we started looking into it and we found what we think was a pretty awesome website. It was called visitor.us, and basically they tell you everything you need to do, you give them all this information, and then they run away with it and figure it all out for you.
So this is not sponsored, by the way. We just thought it was super useful for anyone that's looking to like buy, sell or register a vehicle out here in the US. Basically what they do is they create an LLC for you in Montana, because in Montana you can register a vehicle to a company and the company is effectively the US resident, whereas we are not US residents, but we can be insured, but it's owned by the company.
It's very confusing, hence why we need help with this.
Another benefit of registering your vehicle in Montana is that you don't pay the sales tax. So out here in Texas, it's about 8.5%, I believe. So the money that we saved on the sales tax, we can reinvest into the van.
Also, another benefit of going with this company is that they help you with the registering of it each year and sort of renewing everything. So you don't really have to lift a finger. For people like us who aren't living full-time in the US, but we love to come here on trips and to come out to our camper van, this is actually going to be a really great tool to use in order to keep that updated with minimal effort on our end. All we had to do was send over the title of the vehicle along with a power of attorney signed by a notary, and then within a few days we had the plates, the new license plates for our van.
So that is exactly where we are now. We have just received the license plates and we're about to open them.
I'm really excited for this.
So how it works here in the US that we've learned is that the license plates are for you as an individual. So in England, when you have a license plate on a car, it's for the car.
Yeah,
so
it
when you buy
stays
a
on
car, the license plates go with the new owner, but here that's not the case.
Yeah.
So the owner takes the old license plates and you have to get your new one. So these are going to be specific for Alex and Emma.
It's happening. It's like Christmas. Oh my goodness, they look great.
Yeah.
There's a giant fish on it. Now, there are actually different options for license plates that you can actually choose. We've chosen these ones specifically because it helps to support the Montana stream and river habitats, and we love wildlife, so any little thing that we can do to help makes us very happy, and just look how cool they are.
It looks like those ones I can imagine the face coming out singing like, take me to the river.
We should get one of those for the van. We've also got this little handwritten note, which is cute. It says, "Dear Alex and Emma, thank you for your business. It's a pleasure to help you visit the US. Please fix the plates with the decal on the rear of your van, the plates without on the front, and the registration document in your glove box. Thanks, Matt, Visitor US." Yay!
Oh, so if they say
That's so
license and
helpful.
registration.
We know what that is now. We've heard that in the movie so many times. License and registration, please. Now we have it.
I can't believe we legally own a van out here in the US and kind of how easy it was.
Yeah, I think it was very overwhelming at times when we weren't sure what we were doing, but now that this is all sorted with the registration, I just feel really happy and excited.
It only took us a week and a half from landing in the US to owning and registering a vehicle.
We're sat in it right now. So I guess the next step now is to get these babies fixed to the van and then to start getting it all ready for our big trip.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram or join us on Patreon for the most up-to-date updates.
Yeah, if you are one of our patrons, you will have known on the day that we bought it what was going on. So yeah, we would also like to give a big shout out to all of our patrons who have been so lovely and supportive through this entire process.
Leave in the comments, do you have any tips for van life in the US? Having done it in Europe, we know it quite well there, but here it's completely different to us.
Yeah, and if anyone's done it in both places, double bonus. We would love to know any differences that we should be aware of.
Any recommendations for where we should go over the years, because we're starting to build up a database here.
Yeah, we
Because there's
are.
just so many places we cannot do that in even 10 years.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for all the love on the previous video and for our Instagram posts and things like that. This has been such an exciting process and we're so happy to be able to share it with you.
I'm so glad that we so far haven't fallen flat on our face after announcing we're going to do this, because once we did that, we really had to do it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure. So here we are in our van.
Don't forget to subscribe to follow on our journey and to like the video if you enjoyed it.
I know a lot of you have been waiting for this, and if you're new here, I'm sorry.
It's time to celebrate.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and beans out! I think that's the loudest one yet.
Oh my god.